We have unread mail. Visional calendar reminder. Right, there goes our little notification. Nice, nice, very nice. Figure that. Okay. That. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Let's go to... Wrong one. Events, visional wheel, visional calendar. Apparently, this thing is supposed to be interesting. So on Thursday... Oh. Well, this is just showing that we're getting our update on Thursday. Also didn't realize that I had some weekly rewards there, apparently. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's do a little bit of gardening. Hey, what a blighted. First is the worst, second is the best. Third is the one in the polka dotted vest. Nothing, just pain. Still playing old Enter the Gungeon? I would feel bad for you, except you're playing it on purpose. So I don't feel bad for you. Your own damn fault. Have to play it. I don't think that's true. I find this very hard to believe, Blighted. Think you must be lying to me. Outside forces like unknown entities are making me play. I think maybe you just crazy, brother. Think maybe you just crazy. Dodge roll is forcing you? What the fuck? Is that the name of the development team or something? Okay, that's what I thought. I'm curious, how could they possibly be forcing you to play? It's not today, right? It's tomorrow that we finally get. Yeah, 21 hours from now. So this time tomorrow, we will finally be in phase 4. Thank freaking goodness. It just gives us the pro mode of dungeons. Just gives us the pro mode of dungeons. So I can finally start farming some controllers and stuff, or farming some mods and stuff. So there will be a little bit more consistent stuff to do instead of just running around doing open world shit. Which hopefully will mean, at least for a couple of days, maybe we can get some longer streams in. I wish that it was happening today because Monday's a great streaming day. Would have liked to have a good reason to do a nice long stream today, but that's probably going to be a thing. Probably still just do the regular 4-ish hours. Been doing. Just gotta get all these crops done did, though. Red Solo Cup. Fill you up. I don't know why that's still there. Alright, let's get them corns in there. All done with the gardening. Tungstens. Let's go ahead and make yield boost fertilizers. Up. Let's go ahead and rain. Sure, why not some of these too? Because I don't need powers for anything. And then do I have... Oh, the honeysuckles. You know, I honestly don't need the honeysuckles either. Because the creatures are already 100% tamed. So that's fine. Go ahead and get cucumbers put in here. Fertilizer. And we'll pull a little bit of food and a little bit of beverage out of here. That's pretty perfect. I think we're good to go there. Let's make sure we get everything all prepared. Nothing bad happens to us. Putting things away, putting things away, putting things away, putting things away. Let's put that in there too. Okay. I think we're in a good position. So, the high risk, go out an invitation to that, teleport over there and get her done. I like this gun because when you're in big things like this, you just don't have to care about anything except the main objective. Everything else just kind of gets killed. Really very convenient. Looks like somebody already got that other one. Nice. That person's fast as fuck, boy. They seem just fine over there. I'll probably need more of their help than they'll need mine. I'm not super strong right now. I mean, I'm strong enough, but I'm not super strong. There's another player coming in there. Nice. Another player there. Nice. And we've only got like 5 or 6 people here, and it's all laggy as fuck. Ah, let me out. He ain't here, he dead. You just keep getting murked. I mean, that game is definitely beatable. It's probably just a fundamental thing that you're forgetting or haven't figured out yet. It has to do with how you build your character or the pattern of enemy attacks or something like that. That'll help you. Let's do some more calibrating. Oop, don't have enough Stardust Source, never mind. Wow, 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 wow. Claim all those. Let's go put these feeds in here with my goats. Get the feeds. Ooh, I got lots of stuff to open. And I probably have some new goats. C tier goat and a B tier goat. Golden Sheep Bloodline 1. I actually don't need 1 anymore because I have a 2 now. Quality Meat and Acid Secretion 2. I actually don't think I want either of those goats. Alright. We're in a pretty good spot right now. I'm feeling very happy with how things are going in our little base. I'm being hit by normal enemies at this point. I'm useless. I mean, there's got to be some sort of a catch-up mechanic. If the game is just always getting more and more and more difficult, then there has to be a way for you to catch up if you've fallen a little behind. Well, then the game is stupid. If they've set it up so that it continues to get more difficult regardless of how much stronger you get, and there's no way to catch up if you fall behind, then it's possible to just completely brick the game. And if there's a developer out there that made a game that you can just completely brick, that is the dumbest shit I have ever heard in my entire life. Yo, what's up, Fawn? How are you? It's going good. No, we're just running around shooting stuff. Just running around shooting stuff. It's Pelican. And that turtle. There's a point where a floor goes to its max difficult. Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. So there is a catch-up mechanic. The catch-up mechanic is that eventually it stops getting harder, and you keep getting better. It is a good time. It is a really, really good time. Need to go up here and gather up some resources. Oh, you know what? I'll look at this a little later, I think. Got to check into some games that are coming out today. You're not getting any better, but your character is getting stronger, right? Because after every run, I mean, it's a roguelite, so you get stronger at the end of every run. Right? Like you start with more stuff or something like that. Where there's better equipment that you can find, or I just jumped off a building and died. Hey, yet fun. Thanks for the follow over on Twitch. I really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. There's hardly any progression in this game besides shortcuts and unlocking weapons in the breach to find them later in game. Well, I don't know what to tell you then, man. Don't know what to tell you. There's no way to make yourself stronger at the beginning of the run. Then I guess you're just SOL. Guess you're just SOL. Who do I ask to teach me besides a random guy on YouTube from 6 years ago? Is there nobody making content on Enter the Gungeon anymore? Then I guess you ask that person. Yeah, I don't know how to help you with this one, Blighted. Did. Oh, snap. We're just running around pressing F. Guess I got behind that guy. What exactly does cross-player progression mean? Sounds pretty self-explanatory, but how would it work? So what they're doing, Vision, is they're putting a bunch of things from a bunch of your characters all into the same pool. So previously, you had your blueprints, and these blueprints, which are the weapons that you can craft in your base, previously they were per character, and you had to unlock them on every character, and then you had to star them up on every character. What they're doing now is they're taking your character with the most progress, and they're just copying that progress to all of your other characters. So if I ever make any new characters or anything like that, they'll all have the same guns that my main character has. The other thing that they're doing is they're taking all of these mods. This is how you make your weapons stronger and build your build. So you put these mods in your weapons and your armor, and They kind of tweak your build a little bit with all these effects that you see. And so again, um, this normally was something that you had to do per character. And so now they're putting this as like a shared bag, and now every character gets to share all of these mods as well. So yeah, no, it's going to be super good. The reason I think it's so great is that it's going to allow me personally, as a content creator, to play more than one scenario at any given time. Um, so I'm going to start playing like a regular Manibus scenario where I'll do, mod farming and stuff like that. And then I'm going to play a PvP scenario so that I can just like go shoot some people and have some fun. So I've been having a really hard time um, having more than like a 3 or 4 hour stream because there's only so much that you can do in this game because it's really designed for casual players. So yeah, I've just been having a little difficulty making longer streams, so this should help. They just tell you get better or you won't progress. Luck cannot save you in this game. It's made so you either get better or quit. Somehow content creators beat the game at 50 hours or something. May not be 50 hours right now. Seems quite impossible unless you play games like this every other day. Yeah, I mean, you can't really compare yourself to content creators, right? Because that is what we do. I mean, people who have decided that they want to stream um, and stuff like that, they don't just start playing a lot of video games when they start streaming. They're the people who've been playing lots of video games their entire lives. I mean, I've spent almost all of my free time playing video games since I was about 8 years old. And now, 30 years later, I've finally decided to start streaming. So obviously, I'm going to have an understanding of common game mechanics that is just vastly greater than the average player, just strictly from a time perspective. There is no point in comparing yourself. People who make their life playing video games would be like trying to say, I've played basketball my whole life. Why am I not as good as freaking a college player? Like, the person didn't just play basketball their entire life, they lived basketball. It's just not a comparison that you should make. I feel like I'm not getting any better. I mean, it's possible that you aren't. I doubt that very much. You might just be getting frustrated. When you get frustrated, you naturally play worse. So it's possible that you are getting better, but your frustration is causing you to play worse. So it feels like you're going backwards. Maybe take a break. You don't you don't have to play Enter the Gungeon. I don't have the ability to help you then, I'm sorry. The Lunar Oracle came out. Oh, shite. You know, I've also never played any Dead by Daylight. There's been some people getting real mad on the Dead by Daylight Reddit lately, though. They've been getting real angry. Something going on with some changes and stuff. Yeah, I'm in the same spot, Hugo. I almost never carried adrenaline shots before. Not gonna be able to beat that lunar spawn by myself. Go over here. Stop trying to kill me, you stupid lunar spawn. Get away. I make 200 a week. I'm not quite that far in. I make maybe 50 or 60 a week. If you're making 200 a week, you might want to try scrambling. Oh, okay, you're playing multiple characters. Got it. Yeah. That makes more sense. That makes more sense. Oh no, it's another lunar spawn. Please get away from me. I cannot defeat the lunar spawns on my own. Hey. Hee. I am really starting to love the new Kumawink. This triple bounce thing is pretty fucking dope. Oh. Trying to kill me, dude. Ooh, I got some cowboy boots. These boots were made for walking. That's just what they'll do. One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you. Okay, I just want to get my chest. I need all of these enemies to stop. Bop, bop. Really? Neither of those bounced? There we go. It was weird. I'm really excited to see what the next divisional wheel thing is. I think that's gonna be pretty cool. You know. Need you to just go ahead and die there, bud. Especially since you're all glitchy. Boop. Pow. Pow, pow. You killed your 25 loot? No, I have not. At some point, I'll probably just head to a lower tier zone and just kill a bunch of them in a lower tier zone by myself. Because you like gotta get the last hit on them or whatever, which is really stupid, but whatever. And I can't kill these higher tier ones by myself. So I'm not really gonna have a choice but to go kill some lower tier ones. I mean, that's what a lot of people have done to get really high on the leaderboards and stuff. It was kind of a weird way to set the whole thing up. Like, I understand. Go to Greed Monolith, TP, one appears there, just wait. Okay. Good safety tip, Egon. Nerd. I got you, nerd. We're gonna see if we can sneak in here and get this thing without... Nope. I was gonna say without that guy noticing us. Apparently... not. Oh no. Oh no. I ain't got no gas. What am I gonna do? Get me out of here. Flee, flee for your lives. Choo, 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 choo. Alright. Probably not going to be able to get any more of these chests. Got all these freaking nerds running around. Oh, there's another one of these ones right here. I can go and get this one again. I honestly really kind of enjoy doing these lunar areas on my own, because they're a pretty good challenge. They're right about in the ballpark of where I need to be challenged at. Like I don't have a crazy good build, but my builds are usually pretty solid because I at the very least look for stuff that's, you know, all similar. And even when I'm not necessarily focusing on the right thing, I am focusing on a single thing, and that just gives you enough power to kind of get through stuff. And so that's kind of right where the challenge is here, right? If you don't have all of your stuff kind of all focused on the same thing, you probably have a pretty hard time getting through a lot of this stuff. And if you were always focused on the right thing, you know, and you had like a really good build, then it'd probably be too easy. But if you're just kind of bumming around, doing your thing, you got yourself a decent little build going on. And these are really, really entertaining. And I mean, I can't solo the lunar spawns, but that was always kind of the intention. Weren't really supposed to be soloing the lunar spawns. I know there are obviously builds out there that can, and that can super easily do it. I mean, you see those peeps with the KVD Boom Boom builds just absolutely raffle stomping lunar spawns. It's pretty hilarious. Doesn't seem like I'm going to be getting another one of these. Go back to base. We'll, actually, let's not. I haven't finished my resource gathering yet. So let's go get back over to where I was at, which was coming out of the hospital to go over here. Okay, you. Yo, what up, Drat? The key is absolutely mods, but it's about the right mods. Like, for example, I'm doing like all crit right now. And I don't necessarily know that crit is the right thing to do with this sniper rifle. Um, I don't I don't know if my core effects are the right core effects that I probably want. I haven't really paid that much attention. So, if you get, all of my mods are focused mostly on crit right now. And so that's good enough to get me through the game. But unless I go through and really refine and get the right stuff and stuff like that, that's not going to make me super duper strong. There's another tier of refinement there. How's it going? It's going good today. How are you, Drat? Things are going nice and smooth. We just running amok, shooting things in the face, gathering up resources. Like we do. You were serious about lunar spawn. Go to lower areas. Yeah. Yeah, I will at some point. Um, doing lunar spawns in lower areas is pretty useless from a gathering standpoint. Right? Like you're not going to get super high level deviations and stuff from the lower tier lunar spawn. You're going to get lower tier deviations, I'm sure. And so, if I was like trying to get the resources and stuff, then I would keep doing this. But at some point, I do want to hit my 25 so I can get my rewards. And we'll do that. I mean, it'll be easy. Won't take nothing. Ain't even worried about it. Haha, fucko. I hate the mimics. Mimics suck in every single game. Get me all hype about getting a chest. And then I just get attacked. Grabbing a mystical crate in a low area yesterday, ran across a level 1 lunar spawn. Oh, nice. Did you kick its ass? Get a little revenge for all those times they've killed you. That's what I'm looking forward to. That's the only reason I really care about going into the lower region. Killing them. Get a little vengeance. Vengeance. You know what, dude? Let's pop these balloons. You know. Popped your balloon. Why didn't you fall? Johnny Boo. Are there any news in this game? Yeah, we're getting all kinds of crazy stuff going on, Johnny. So earlier this month, we got a big ol' update that created no wipe servers. So the way that works is from now on, there is a server that doesn't wipe for every scenario. And what happens is you go into your scenario and you do your regular scenario stuff, you do your progression. And then at the end of the scenario, when you normally do your settlement phase up here, what happens is your server gets condensed down into a single world, and then that world gets added to the permanent server. So you basically go join everybody else in the whole scenario. which is going to be super cool for PvP servers, and is going to be super great for more casual players who need all of that extra time to try to progress through their scenarios and farm their in-game content. Coming up in a few days, we are getting cross-character progression. So you'll now be able to have lots of characters, and they're going to share their blueprint progression, as well as all of their mods are going to be in a shared. Um, their mods are going to be in like a shared backpack. So what's going to happen is your character that has the most blueprint progression is going to keep their progression, and that progression is going to get copied to all of your other characters, and then all of your other characters based on this collection level are just going to give you some bonus Starcrum. What's the point of this game? Is to get stronger. So yeah, now you can have, you have 10 character slots. So now instead of having to do 10 completely separate characters and go through and progress each of their blueprints and all that stuff, you just have to progress your blueprints one time. And you're good to go. So, Blighted, there are different storylines in each of the scenarios. So, you're a metahuman. And basically, what that means is when you get touched by the Star Traced or the Stardust, instead of turning into a creepy zombie like this, you get special powers. And so you have like this natural resistance to the Stardust infection. And you also sort of exist outside of the regular timeline. And so you travel to parallel worlds and try to overcome the Stardust infection on all of these worlds and try and stop different factions across different worlds from taking over the multiverse, sort of. I guess I don't really pay attention to the storyline, but ultimately each one of these different scenarios has a different storyline, and even though you'll run into the same factions on different storylines, because those factions are, or because each of those storylines is in sort of a different parallel universe, the factions aren't always the same alignment. So an evil faction one time might be a neutral faction another time, and then they might be the good faction in a third scenario. So you never really get the exact same experience with each of the factions in the game. And so yeah, you just go through the scenarios and you play and you build up and you build yourself a little base. It's a survival game, so it's got food mechanics and base building mechanics, and there's lots of cool bosses to fight. There's little dungeons to go through. And there are some servers and some scenarios that are PvP focused, and some servers and some scenarios that are PvE focused. And yeah. So you find something that you enjoy and you play the shit out of it. But yeah, Johnny, the reason I came back to the game is because we're getting all these super good updates. And Ark is like in the shitter right now. So I decided to give up on Ark and come back to this. Especially the cross-character progression was a really big deal for me, especially because they're now going to have permanent servers. I think it's going to be really valuable to have, a character stay on, like, say, a Manibus server and be, super endgame, super strong, all your best gear, good food, stuff like that, and be able to just farm mods whenever you want to. And then, have your other characters moving around to different scenarios, maybe put a character on a permanent PvP scenario or something like that so that you can go PvP whenever you feel like it. And then you could still get that same starting over with the new scenarios every couple of months if you want. But you'll have this sort of baseline character that has the ability to do all of your end game farming and stuff for you whenever you feel like it. So you're. I heard that they won't use controllers in silos. Is that true? Yeah. So it looks like controllers are going away. And I don't think it's just. I think the controllers are going away permanently. Is what it looks like, or not permanently, entirely. So you're not going to use them on bosses or anything. I don't know if they're changing to a system where you can only run like the silos and the bosses so many times per day. Or if they're just making it so that you can do it as much as you want. It sounded to me like it was just going to be a do it as much as you want kind of a thing. But yeah, controllers are going away. Which again, I think is a great move. I understand why they put controllers in. They're also, so we're also getting an update to the Manibus scenario. So phase 1 and 2 are being shrunk down in time. They're not going to be a week long anymore. Each of these is now going to be 4 days long. And by the time you get to phase 3, you're going to have pro mode. And then I think there's going to be a nightmare mode for silos and bosses as well. So it's only going to take 8 days to get to pro mode now instead of 21, which is insanely fast. So because they're putting out the permanent servers and because players are going to be able to pretty much have an endless amount of time to get to the end game, they've made it so that they don't, I guess they don't feel the need to hold back more active players, because part of the reason that people were being held back before was to make sure that there were always players for the casual players to play with, right? Because everybody was just kind of progressing at the same rate. But now, because we're going to have permanent servers, all of the casual players are going to kind of eventually get mashed into the same server. So there's going to be tons of people to play with at every tier anyway, as the servers keep getting combined. So there's not going to be nearly as much need to hold back the active players to support the more casual players. And now they're going to have basically an infinite amount of time to get through their scenarios. So all in all, I think it's some good changes. The biggest thing for me, and we talked about this a little bit yesterday, is I'm just happy that they're iterating. I don't necessarily think that this is going to be a perfect solution, or that there even is a perfect solution, but the fact that something is changing, right? We're trying something new. We're not just saying, well, this is the way we designed it, and it's not really working out, so that kind of sucks, but we're just going to keep it the same. Yeah, exactly. It's not going to be nearly as boring for those of us who play a lot. So they're trying something new, and it gives me hope that if this doesn't necessarily work, that maybe we'll try something else new in the future, right? Well, so the memetics are going to open up really fast too, because you get hard mode in phase 2, Hugo. So within the first 4 days, well, after the first 4 days, you're going to get all the memetics unlocked. And even though I know there are people out there who can just bangarang to level 50 on the first day, I think it's fine to hold that back for 4 days. I don't think that's going to be a huge issue because, I mean, it takes me getting through all of the, because I like to go and clear every settlement. And so to clear each of the settlements and stuff takes me a couple of days at least. So, um, I don't think you want to unlock the memetics all in the first day, because that will promote a style of gameplay that's really, really boring and optimized. Right? Because if you can get all of the memetics on day 1, then there's no reason to go through and clear all of the settlements. There's no reason to, get out in the world and do anything. You should just salt farm or, whatever. Do whatever the easiest thing is for you to do to get to level 50 and then just immediately start clearing bosses. And you don't want to turn the whole, right? That's what permanent servers are for. If you just want to clear bosses and you don't want to go through all of the content, then just stay on the permanent server and go clear bosses. There's no reason to start a new scenario to bangarang to level 50 to go clear bosses when you have another character that can just go do that anytime you want. So you still want to leave some reason to progress through the scenario steps every time you go back into a scenario again. I think it's going to be really interesting to see how this sort of affects the PvP scene. Um, I'm curious to see if the really hardcore PvPers are going to stay on the permanent servers or if they're going to continue to join the fresh starts. I would like to see sort of one or the other happen. And I think probably what I would like to see the most is I would like to see the really hardcore PvPers keep getting with the fresh start servers and competing to like win the season. And then I'd like to see the more casual PvPers stay on the permanent server for the PvP seasons because there's no prestige there, right? You're not winning the season because the season never ends. And then maybe I'd like to see some rewards for winning the season. Like we have the pyramid or whatever for Evolution's Call. If there was some sort of a reward that you could achieve, or I guess there is, because you can get the cosmetics and stuff. But I think a reward for winning the PvP seasons will keep the more hardcore players moving into the new seasons all of the time, and then kind of leaving the more casual PvPers alone. Um, I think that would be probably the best way for them to go about it. Good job, Lighted. I'm proud of you. See, you are getting better. Crocodile. Capture. Gross corrupted crocodile. But yeah, no, I think the game is in a great spot, Johnny. I think if you were ever thinking about coming back, I think it's a good time. And probably the thing, like I said, that's most important to me, I keep doing, um, is just that there are things being changed, and that's all that really matters. Um, as long as stuff gets changed and gets iterated on, then we can look forward to that continuing to sort of be a thing in the future. And so we can be fairly certain of the fact that the game is going to be in a pretty consistent state of improvement. A lot of games, they sort of leave things as they are and then try and solve the problems by making new content. And that hasn't really been the path that Once Human has taken necessarily. They've continued some small content rollouts, but they haven't really introduced a lot of new content. But they have done quite a few iterations to really core mechanics of the game and of their scenarios. So I'm very happy about that fact. All right, let's see what I got out of my crocodiles here. We got a grade C with a quality meat. Grade B with a beach seed 1. We're not going to keep either of those. High yield and meaty. Not going to keep that. Not going to keep that. Not going to keep that. All right, we ain't keeping any of those. Let's go find us some more crocodiles. I do like coming over here and snagging up my crocodiles whenever I get. That's definitely one of the things that I'm going to have to be more active about. Is just making sure that I keep gathering up animals. That's honestly kind of the big grind now, I think. Probably the hardest thing to do is to get all of the animals with all of the different hide types and get a decent breeding program started is probably the most difficult thing to do at this point and is going to be the most grindy. Even more so, I think, than getting good mods. I think it's going to take like weeks of effort to get all of your animals up. I feel like that will not happen, however. I require 2 more keys to get a shortcut. Oh, we got another flamingo. Oh, need more darts. Come here, flamingo. Good. We got him. We got him. No special colors. Just a meaty one. Acid secretion, Stormchild 2. Probably not going to keep that one. Stormchild, nope. That out, throw that out. Alright. Like we got all of our stuff over here. Um, No, my vehicle disappeared. I actually need to go and set up my vending machine again. Let that thing die. Let's make some more chipsets first. Go. We'll take a bunch of chipsets over there. Get them all sold. Make a little more energy links. Because tomorrow Pro Mode starts. Nobody cares about your cheap viewers. You suck. Poor fool, he makes me laugh. Cheap viewers are for broke people. That don't make no dang sense. La da dee. La da dee. If I were a rich man. Yabba-dabba-dabba-dabba-dabba-dabba-dum. All day long I'd pity pity pop. If I were a wealthy man, you wouldn't have to work hard. Yabba-dabba-dabba-dabba-dabba-dabba-dum. If I were a very, very rich, idle, diddle, diddle, diddle man, I'd build a big tall house with rooms by the dozen, right in the middle of the town. Fine tin roof with real wooden floors below. Little Fiddler on the Roof for y'all. I do love that play. First musical I was ever in when I was like 10 years old. Oh, it's trying to kill my... There's a rabbit that spawns up here sometimes. Turret decides to try and kill it, and it can't ever hit it. Apparently neither can I. Oh my goodness. That was embarrassing. That was so embarrassing. Come on. Finish up my combo chipsets. Goodness. Actually, while those combo chipsets are going, I gotta use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back. And he's back. And we're back. All right. Grab those up real quick. Then hop on over here. Oh, right here. There we go. There's a Chiron down there. So I ought to just go do the Chiron first. Because I won't sit. World 3 Chiron, let's go to it. Chiron is so good with the bouncy builds. So good. Just mark everything. Would you come over here after me? Boom. Boo, 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 boo. Bouncy, bouncy. Bop, bop. Oh. Ba-da. Oop. Why is this thing immune to me? Don't like it. I don't like it at all. Somebody came and saved me. Thank you. I was over here getting my ass kicked. Stupid enemy couldn't be shot. So annoying. Got a particle accelerator. Heyo. You accelerate those particles. Okay, sure, that's fine. Put another one of these assholes. I mean, there has to be some sort of advantage from starting earlier or later. Gotta pick up all my stuff over here. Weird. I don't know either. And we're full on health. Boop. Get out of bed. And here we go. Let's go plunk down our vending machine. There you go. Words are hard. Figured it out. That sucks. Sorry. Nice. I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride my bike. Boom. Put them chipsets up there. Right, this person's vending machine is new. Let's see what they got. Lunar wool, some other garbage. Calibration blueprints. Don't really care about crossbows. And that's all they really have. And some lunar oracle stuff. Yeah, this is World 4 on my server. That one and this one are pretty much always filled up. What's up, Damien? How are you? Been good, just working like normal. Gross. Gross. Did just see that the Dune Awakening pre-orders just went live. Excited for that one. Oh, I didn't realize that they just went live. We'll see about that. I just don't know if I'm gonna play Dune Awakening. I don't know if I want to play Dune Awakening or Bitcraft. Do you pre-order it on Dune Awakening? $49.99. $49.99. Well, I think that pretty much sealed the deal. I mean, I understand it's totally going to be worth it, but I think at $50. Probably just going to wait until the 29th when Bitcraft comes out then and try that out. Pew pew pew. Hey, what's up, Nuclear? Um, it's more of a cozy survival. There's going to be a lot less fighting involved, I think. It's kind of a PvE focused thing. Sort of. I think a little more focused on like crafting and building and stuff like that than Palia was, though. It's also more based on open world structures instead of your instance stuff in Palia. So you'll be making like in PAX Day where, you know, people made like big towns and stuff like that. It'll be more about that. It'll be about getting multiple people together to build stuff. And then lots of, you know, crafting and PvE and stuff like that. But it seems interesting, and I do want to try it out. All right, we got all of our stuff set up over here. Oh, we're about to start a new fight. Or start a new... Please get out of there. Jesus. Need to teleport over to Blackfell real quick and go do my lunar stuff. Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty good. Tell bro to work an hour or two of overtime by you doing awakening. No, probably won't do that. Probably won't do that. I I like playing free games or extremely cheap games anyway. I usually feel like I get the same enjoyment value out of the cheaper games as I do out of the more expensive ones. Um, so I just don't have a lot of desire. Even if I had the money, I would be hard pressed to want to spend $50 on a video game. because there are lots of $20 video games out there that I would enjoy just as much, and that I think have a lot more uh, like heart put into them. So it's usually really hard for me to justify spending $50 or $60 on a game. To myself, just in general. Yeah, I do like trying out demos, prologues on Steam, or now that I have PC Game Pass, everything on there is free. Yeah. I mean, there's just so many wonderful options for getting to play a lot of different stuff. There's a game that I think was supposed to launch earlier today called Edgelands that I was kind of interested in, and I'm probably going to check out after stream. There were actually two games that I was kind of interested in that I think dropped earlier today, or are going to drop in an hour or two. Not sure. But yeah. Why was I not able to hit that thing? What the hell? I kind of felt like it should shoot through the person. Like, why were my bullets not going through the person that I can't hit? That's so aggravating. I did notice that it was moving extremely fast. Yeah, so that's what happens when the lunar stuff takes over. Is everything starts moving faster and hitting harder and stacking faster and all that stuff. Which is hella dope. Gotcha. I am muted. You are correct. That is the truth. Chicken butt. Want to know why? Chicken thigh. Throw that big shit at me. Make a thingy connected to your mic with an icon on stream next to text. Determine is muted, unmuted. It shows a microphone icon. So I have, it's not on the stream because I don't actually watch the stream. But I have a giant button for my macro to mute my microphone. It says, "Hey, stupid, you're muted." Isn't it more fun to play a guessing game, though? It's a pretty good ratio. Pretty good ratio. Oop. Speaking of the balloon guy, there you go. I have no idea what a lead maiden is. I agree. They deserve to die. Shoot them all right in their faces. So it's the ultimate attack instead of the ultimate defense? Oh no. Oh no. It's a lunar spawn. Get away from me. Okay. Okay. There's another one. Please, please don't throw that grenade at me. You had to go get behind a freaking wall there, bud? Level 4 Pyro Dino. You do know that I have no idea what you're talking about, right, Blighted? Like, you keep using all of these names for all of the characters or enemies, and I don't have any idea what you're saying. I don't know what they look like. I don't know what they do. It is literally a foreign language to me. Found something. What'd you find? Best way to grind lunacy now is to just kill the lunar spawn on repeat. Yeah. Probably true. That only really works in a group. Unless you've got just an outrageously good build. You know, I'm just not really big on the bullet hell games, Blighted. They don't really interest me. That's pretty good, Nuclear. That's really good. I didn't realize that the drop tables for the lunar spawns and the 120 crates were the same. Thought that the drop tables were a little bit different. But if they're the same, then yeah, absolutely. Just run around killing lunar spawns. Seems like a good plan. All right. The real issue that I'm having right now is I really love the Lunar Oracle events that happen every night. I just wish that it felt like there was something to do in between them. I mean, I guess like I want to go tame some crocodiles and stuff, but geez Louise, man. Jeez Louise. Ash. Wee. Is that a crocodile? Those are corrupted crocodiles. We don't want the corrupted ones. Can't can't tame those. Punk. All right, crocodiles. Did I accidentally kill one? I think I accidentally killed one. Can I please capture this? Thank you. Oh, Criminy. Did accidentally kill. Sad day. Crocodiles. All right, what do we got? We got a grade C with thick hides. Got a grade C with thick hides. Seriously? Okay, got a grade C with meaty. Wow, I'm getting hosed. Grade A with nothing useful. Dang. I feel very bad for myself. That was the opposite of a good time. You might say it was a bad time. Uh, job. Good job, Blighted. See? A really good weapon helped you defeat the boss? No way. I feel shocked. I feel so shocked. I guess we only got one more crocodile. What did that crocodile give me? Just a meaty level 1. Man. F all these crocodiles, dude. F all these crocodiles. I was not muted. I was just looking at something on my other screen there for a little bit. I just don't really know what to be doing right now. I think I'm going to pull up my Steam real fast and see about these games that I was expecting to come out today. I did go make a crocodile army. I went and captured like 6 crocodiles just now. Ah, there we are. Okay. Do we have any more high risk? Doesn't look like it. Got any more wish machine stuff? Nope. I guess we can go through our mods. I've picked up a bunch of mods that I haven't gone through and figured them out in a while. Let's do some house cleaning. Let's see. That one needs to go. Go. Needs to go. That one can stay. That one goes. Ooh, that one's really good. That one can stay. Can stay. One can stay. Ooh, that one's pretty good. One has to go. We'll get rid of that one. And that one has to go. All right, fantastic. Now on to the mods. Do this by ascending. Obviously, all the purples go. What we're looking at here is we just want to keep anything that has 6 or more levels. It always does it top to bottom, left to right. So this one has 4 levels, so everything before it can go. It has 5 levels, everything can go 5 levels. 5. 5. 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. So now we only have +6 mods. We honestly might start whittling that down to only having +5 mods. The big problem here is that a lot of the mods that I'm picking up are also these lunar mods, which the lower your HP, the higher your crit, or, the lower HP, the higher your whatever. And while those are incredibly good for glass cannon builds, and honestly are probably going to really help if my one-shot Black Panther build, don't really like the idea of having to reduce my own HP, especially because there isn't one that doesn't increase in weak spot damage, it doesn't seem like. Which, oh, sorry, I missed that there, Mr. Blighted. But yes, I have heard of and actually played OSRS. I haven't played OSRS a lot, but I have played some. Yeah, I don't see any bonus to weak spot damage in any of these lunar things. Weird. Very, very strange. Guess we should go back to sleep. Hey, my kitty cat. I don't know why the kitty cat sleeps up there. No, sure. Sleep up there, kitty cat. Lullaby and good night. Go to sleep, little kitty cat. Oh no. Touch the lava. Floor's lava. Nope, touch it again. Maybe that's what we should make in the Eternal Land. Go in there and make like a jump puzzle all over the map. Have some spots where you need different deviations, maybe, or different whim potions. Like Stardust drinks, so you have to be able to double jump. That sounds like fun. Sounds like the most fun. Oop. Load all the way over to here. Nope, don't think I'm gonna make it. Well, hey, this crocodile's back. I have like an endless supply of tameable crocodiles. It's right here in my base. It's beautiful. Thick hide. Docile. Look at that. Endless supply of useless crocodiles in my base. Oh, I'm almost out of my tungsten ammo. Being shot by weird skeleton bullets that shoot weird arrow bullets. Interesting. Are they weird arrow bullets? Or are they just arrows? Because it sounds like they're arrows. Hmm. Got it. Got fuel you got. 143, huh? That fuel. Fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. Didn't realize that this dude had some stuff for me. Pristine beast meat, more shotgun rounds, roulette dumplings, silver ignat, SMG ammo, poultry. Nice. I have so many random bullets now. It's ridiculous. I mean, obviously, if they're skeletons, they have to have been revived by necromancy. Amomancy? Wow. Wow. Reloaded. That is hilarious. The puns in that game are super funny. Gun dead, amomancy, reloaded. That's very clever. Somebody is very clever. Old. High Priest's head is hidden under his robes. You can only see a ton of red eyes and a gun, but his real head is just a pistol. Interesting. All right. Well, I don't like tomorrow we get pro mode. So tomorrow we're gonna get to farm a bunch of mods and do a bunch of stuff like that. But I don't really think we have anything that we need to do to prepare for that. We already have tons of gunpowder. Yeah, maybe we should get some more tungsten. We've got lots of bullets. We have 271 gunpowder still. That's enough gunpowder probably for the rest of the season. We're still going to get more. Gunpowder just isn't really all that scarce anymore because you typically get it from killing enemies. And so, thanks to the Lunar Oracle, I feel like you just get a lot more gunpowder now than you ever did previously because you're just going to be killing a lot more enemies all the time. So, yeah, I just don't really. You know what? There is something we can do to get prepared, and that is to prep some safety sandwiches. So, I need a little more butter. Do I have the ability to make any butter? Let's go gather up the resources from my little dudes over here. See if I can make a little more butter. It's really where all of my holdup is going to come from when it comes to making these sandwiches. Doesn't look like I have enough milk to make more butter. Or do I even have the ability to make butter? Not unlocked that recipe yet. I don't think I've even unlocked that yet. Yeah. Oh, do I even have to move up to the next tier of kitchen? I think I do. This is an advanced. No, this is an intermediate stove. Hang on. An advanced stove. Plunked down. This one. Okay, get the fudge out of my way, dude. And we need to attach what? Red. Butter needs 3 goat milks. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and put this in here. Put our milk away for a little while so that it stays nice and fresh for 3 days. Any milk that we get, we can turn into butter. Meantime, we have a couple of butters. Takes 2 butters, we have 3 butters. So I can only make 1 safety sandwich, right? Unless I go farm a bunch of milk or butter. Which I don't think I can farm butter, so... Let's go to the shops. see if we can't buy us some butter. Let's go to the shops, oh baby. Let's go to the shops, oh baby. Wrong. Well, actually, you know what? Looks like there's quite a few vending machines over here. All right, this one's got some foodstuffs. Everybody rock. Everybody rock. Come on, game. Somebody sell me some butter. I need butter. Give me butter. This is Wasteland Seed 3. For only 10K? Almost worth. The Ammonicon. I assume that's a play on the Necronomicon. Popcorn. Ooh, I love popcorn. If nobody's gonna sell butter, I'm gonna lose my shiznit. Gonna lose my shiznit. Somebody better sell me some butter right now, goddammit. Confirmed look oddly alike the High Priest. I don't know who the confirmed are. Assume they're like the acolytes of the priests. Like the subordinates. That makes sense to me based on what you've said. So that's what I'm going with. Okay. Where is my butter? Hello, butter, my old friend. Just faced a gun reaper. Honestly, I don't know how you're actually playing. You must type insanely fast. Dude, how does nobody have any butter for sale? This is bullshit, ref. Sell me your butter. This is insane. I don't even understand what's going on. How is there no butter for sale in the entire world? Yeah, it doesn't look like I'm gonna get any butter here. That sucks. I think if that's the case, I'm gonna go ahead and just get all my female goats out because female goats will all produce at least a little bit of milk. So that'll give me like 2 butter a day. Female goat, 2 or female goats. We'll just pick up my 4 male goats here. We'll just have all female goats. Pick up male goat, pick up male goat, pick up male goat. Then drop all these female goats down. And we should be good to go. Then tomorrow we'll have plenty of butter. Just tungsten sniper rifle rounds. Booyah. Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. I just cannot think of anything else that needs doing there for tomorrow. Gone through all of our mods, we've gone through all of our stuff, we've gotten our farm and stuff set up good. Tomorrow we're gonna have lots of pro boss fights and pro dungeon farming and stuff to do. I just don't think there's anything else for us to worry about right now. I think we're just going to go ahead and call it here today. I know that's a super short stream, not even 3 hours. But I just can't, there's only so much to be doing. Yeah, we're just going to call it here for the day. I want to thank everybody for coming out, saying what's up, hanging out. Hope everybody has a great day, and just bear with me. We are going to start having longer streams again. They just are going to have to wait until we get cross-character progression. And I can start doing some PvP stuff that will allow us to have sort of an infinite amount of content because, PvP is just this kind of constantly changing fun thing. So, yeah. Hope everybody has a great day, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.